by any means necessary
Yep.
to win a football game. Did it feel like that was one of those types of games today?
100%. You know, that's why it's a team sport. That's why you love playing. Obviously, can't say enough about our defense, about our offensive line, about our running backs. I mean, just even the receivers blocking down the field. It was a team win. Those guys carried me, so it was awesome to be a part of.
When the defense is playing like that, and has been really for a while now,
Yep.
how much confidence does that give you to just play carefully and just get the job done?
Yeah, I think that's what it was today. I think, you know, you want to be aggressive, but at the same time, you got to understand the flow of the game. And I think, you know, good teams can win a lot of different types of games. And so, obviously, we want to score a lot of points offensively, but man, our defense just did such a good job. You know, played well the entire game. It really was no let up, and so super proud of those guys.
Late in the game, they knew you were going to run the ball. You knew you guys were going to run the ball. You still handed it off to Zamir, and he's breaking up big runs. What's that say about the offensive line and what you guys were able to do at that point in the game? When
Yeah, I think it's the offensive line. You know, that's what it really was. They knew exactly what we were going to do. We weren't really hiding anything, and so sometimes, you know, there's a lot of strategy in football, and then sometimes it's just being physical, and that's what I thought our guys did up front. Can't say enough about those guys. It was awesome to watch. I had an awesome view of it. Zamir did an awesome job. Amir, but yeah, our offensive line really led the way, and I think they've been challenged a lot by our coaching staff to do so, and they did a great job.
No offensive touchdowns. I'm curious, is it something that the Chiefs did, or was it just that the Raiders maybe stifled themselves, or was it a mix of both?
Yeah, I think it's a mixture of both. I definitely left some plays on the field that I wanted back, and you know, got to execute on third down, second down, and first down, and you want to stay ahead of the sticks as much as possible. And so definitely plays left on the field by our offense, including myself. And so, you know, we'll watch the tape, evaluate it. But like I said, sometimes there's you know, you just got to learn to win games like this. And I'm just super proud of our players that we did that, our coaches as well.
Can you expand on Zamir? You mentioned him. Can you expand on that?
Yeah, Zamir, you know, he obviously in the spring he got a lot of reps in our offense. He got, you know, carried the load in OTAs and stuff, and then, you know, has been kind of behind the scenes for the most part this year, but super tough kid, you know, loves football, is always going hard at practice, is trying to learn. And so I think a lot of the guys were excited to see Zamir and what he could do, and to see him perform on the stage like this and to do what he did is awesome. I don't think any of us are surprised, but yeah, it was fun to watch.
Your coach challenged you guys to be the most physical team on this field today throughout the week. Was that a message you feel like resonated, and did you see that being expressed on the field?
I think AP did an awesome job all week of preparing us. You know, he showed his intensity pretty early on in the week about, you know, how much he wanted this game and how much he wanted to win and what it would take. And I think, you know, it was awesome to see it all come together. I think, you know, it was good a few days of practice this week, and then to have it come together like it did, it was, you know, a testament again to AP, to the entire coaching staff, administration, everybody that you know, worked super hard to get us here.
Can you build off of something like this? I mean, this is a team you guys have really struggled against over the years. How does this impact this team moving forward, not just the rest of this season, but next year?
Yeah, I think obviously it's a huge game. It's a rivalry game. We play them twice a year, every year, and for us, you know, to come into Arrowhead and a win game like this is it's pretty awesome. And so obviously every week has its own challenges. You want to build momentum as much as possible, but you know, I think for this one it was a special win for our guys, for our coaches. Again, it was, you know, just a lot of fun.
Anything else?
Cool. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
You are just the third double-digit underdog this year in the NFL to win a game straight up. You've called for physicality. You got it. How proud are you of that team?
Yeah, we talked about it all week. Ill intent, violence, physicality, pain. Enough is enough. I think that was displayed just right there.
Sometimes you got to win a game by any means necessary. It seems like that was that type of game where it was on the defense, the offense did just enough, you were able to run the ball toward the end of the game. Was that one of those types of games?
That was actually one of our mantras, by any means necessary. We knew it was going to be a gritty game. It wasn't going to be a high-scoring. We didn't want it to be a high-scoring game. Hats off to our defense, Patrick Graham, and our defensive staff. Hats off to our players of executing, staying with it, being relentless. We talked about squeezing, finishing in the second quarter, finishing in the fourth quarter, and they did that.
You've seen it where confidence turns into belief and then execution. With this defense, week after week after week, it's doing what they're doing, what they did out there today. Where is that confidence level and added beneficiency?
Still growing. We got a couple more games left, so hopefully by the end of this bad boy, you'll say that's a pretty confident group and they're playing well.
When you were able to hand it to Zamir White at the end of the game, getting the job
That's part
done.
of football right there. When you can pound the rock and take 3 knees in the game. Best formation in football, victory formation.
When they know that it's coming and you know that what you're doing.
When I know, you know, that I know, and they know, and we know, and everybody knows on Christmas, and you still to do it, that's good football.
You talk about the pride you feel in Zamir. I mean, he stepped up and he performed on a big stage in a big game.
Well, let's just talk really about what's been going on the last couple of weeks. You got Mumford at left tackle. You got Dylan, Meredith, left guard. Back and forth with Dylan and Dre at center, rookie quarterback, second-year running back. Tight end off practice squad. Guys are stepping up. Next man up mentality. Team football. Team football, right? And really hats off to Zamir, because at the end we say, man, no fair dodging. No fair dodging. If they're in your way, run through them, and he did just that.
Jack Jones, second straight week with the pick 6.
Yeah.
Could you just talk about your young cornerback?
Man, that group, that secondary, the way they're playing, very confident. Again, I'm going to go back to film study, watching film. And then we talked about this earlier the week back in Vegas. See it, believe it, go get it. And he did just that. I think the one thing everybody's seeing with this Raider team is a group that's playing together, having fun with one another, loving one another, playing with a bigger purpose, a will to win, a fight to win, and not ever giving up.
Malcolm Kuntz, same way. His development, I mean, he just feasted today. Will you talk about his play, sir?
Yes, sir. I mean, we talked about it each and every week. You got 98 on the left. When somebody shows up on the right or up the middle, it's going to be a problem, and it's starting to become a problem. Malcolm is really making a name for himself. That's now, 3 weeks in a row where he's really just like, wow. And it's good to see, and just the effort, fighting through a lot of stuff. But, these guys, man, what I asked them to do, man, by any means necessary, at all counts, just find a way to get it done, and we did that.
These guys call themselves the misfits, but would you talk about that defensive line? I mean, they just continue to
There's
get
a lot of
the
misfits in that room. A bunch of Raiders, misfits. That's the one we'll live by. We're fine with that.
You talked earlier this week about the Raider way of football that you remember as a kid growing up. Today, the swagger, the no apologies, is this as close as we've seen to that?
I think so. It was on full display on Christmas Day. Not a better day to do it.
You all set?
Thank you.
All right, thanks, AJ.
Merry Christmas, by the way.